Hey, we are live. Thank you everyone for joining. I'm Kaylee and this is Fantasmic Fandoms and I'm here with my friend Matt and also Cheshire Cat is joining us. That's a huge Cheshire
I
Cat.
know, it's a 10-inch. And
Oh
look,
my
his head
gosh.
turns.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I've been seeing the big Harry Potter ones and I've been like, you don't need this, Kaylee. You don't need it.
No, you do. You need at least one 10-inch Funko in everyone's collection.
Yes. Well, thank you so much to the people that are already in the chat. First off, William, for giving me a shout out. I really appreciate that, William.
Hi, William.
The unknown shout out. And then we have Tim and Katie joining us. Thank you. Also telling you to do the like button. I appreciate that. And then Mitch, thank you so much for joining. They're also friends with Tim and Katie. So all a big family here in the chat. Love it. So like I said, I have Matt here today, and I'm really excited. I've been on Matt's channel before. We did the great movie marathon together. We did some of those videos. He orchestrated it all. He did an amazing job. That's a whole fun
so
Caligula's. I have it linked in the blog post.
Nice.
But that was a really fun collaboration. So I've been on his channel some. So when I was putting this together, he popped in my brain. I was like, I had to have Matt on the show because we had so much fun. So Matt, you are from Teacup For One. Tell me a little bit about like what your channel is.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wait, I have to do the thing. Where's my teacup?
Yes. Do it.
Oh, here it is. Here we go. My name is Matt and I have 2 degrees. Welcome. So Teacup For One is my YouTube channel, which is almost about to celebrate its 2-year anniversary, which is like so weird. But I mean, it's pandemic time. That moves simultaneously so fast and so slow. So time is relative, but still 2 years, which is very exciting. And just kind of a channel where I talk about all the different things that I feel like talking about. The original plan was that I wanted it to be more travel centric because at the time I was a Disney vacation planner. And so I wanted this to be something that was simultaneous to that to try to get clients to be like, hey, look at how intelligible and like charming I am. I know all about the Disney parks. Let me book your trip. But then everything shut down. And I thought, well, I have this channel. I might as well just talk about Disney and other things that I love. And then it sort of slowly evolved into what it is now, which is kind of having no direction and multiple directions. So I'll talk about Disney movies in general, Shakespeare, which is another thing I love, Funko Pops, because those are the videos that most people watch, and I need to give the people what they want. And I usually say sometimes cats, but I've never actually done a cat video. I'm just a cat person.
Well, Cheshire Cat, he made an appearance. So I think that's fun. Well, I honestly, like, I've seen some of your vlogs. You do still have some vlog videos on your channel.
Oh, right, I do.
You do. So, and that kind of gets that travel still in there. But I cannot imagine, like, if you would have just stayed on that route and we would have not had all these, like, I would have felt so wrong. I would have been so sad. So, like, I'm so happy in a way that the pandemic did bring this, like, because it wasn't, maybe it wouldn't have happened otherwise, but I believe everything happens for a reason, like rebrands, redirections. And like, I can't imagine though, what your channel, like, I mean, it'd probably still be a really good channel, but like it not having those videos, I love personally.
Oh, thank you.
So crazy. Yeah. So the number one question, the first question I have to ask, the most important question, what are your 2 degrees?
I'm so rarely asked this question for the number of times I say I have 2 degrees. I think I've been asked it like twice, and now you're maybe the 3rd time in 2 years. Yeah,
What's the first question I like put on my list? I was like, I need to know what these 2 degrees.
I don't advertise it because they're not great. They're actually both the same in different things. They're both bachelors of fine arts. So I have 2 BFAs. The first one is in film production and screenwriting from York University in Toronto. And the second one is in classical acting from the University of Alberta in Edmonton. So that was a 3-year conservatory program that was like a focus on mostly Shakespeare, but then there was like Ibsen, Chekhov, and some like movement and fun stuff. And yeah, just a combination of movies and acting and theater. So it's all the stuff I kind of talk about on the channel.
Yeah, I think fits your personality so well, and it definitely comes across. Like I knew, I was like, you just seem so professional, but like in a fun way. As Tim says, if I can get the comment to come up, you are indeed intelligible and charming. You really are. Like
so are you.
I tell you, your personality. I'm not just saying this because you're my guest. I'm not. I know it sounds like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be an hour of Kaylee being like, oh my god, Matt's the best. But no, like
I'll take it.
I really do. Like, there's just people, like, I remember seeing, like, watching your videos for the first time and being like, your personality is just really fun.
Oh, thank
you.
you.
The beginning.
So is yours.
And I do think some of like you having those classes though too, and I'm sure that helped you get out of your, like, you're used to kind of performing as well. So that probably helps a little.
Yeah, for sure. And it was also like a big part of doing the channel so consistently was because prior to everything shutting down, I was working full time at a dinner theater, which was just very personable. Like it was both being on stage, but then also the whole thing was that you were performing. And then when you weren't performing, you were doing double duty as a server. So there was a lot of like back and forth between your tables and just a lot of personable. And so then once my theater shut down, which was supposed to be for 2 weeks, but now it's closed forever. Rest in peace. I know, it's so sad. But once the theater shut down, I was like, I still want some kind of performance speaking outlet. And then that just kind of fed into what I was already doing. So it came together.
Yeah. That's sad about your
I know. Theater, I miss it so much. It was like the most fun place ever.
What kind of show did y'all do for the?
So the company was called O Canada A. So it was in Niagara Falls, Ontario, which is actually why I live in Niagara Falls. I moved here for the job and I was there for a few years, and now theater's closed and I still live in Niagara Falls. And yeah, so it all started with the one main show, which was called O Canada A. And it was a show that was just very like cleverly devised to cater to the tourists and to the bus groups. And it was a collection of like Canadian folk songs, contemporary Canadian songs, and then all the Canadian stereotypes. So when I was first hired, I was the fisherman, like representing Newfoundland. Then I got to be a French Canadian fur trapper named Pierre. There was also a Mountie that I never got to play, which makes me so angry because I wanted to be the Mountie so badly. And then over time, like before I got there, they had built up a repertoire where they would do that show for like 6 months out of the year. Then they had their off-season shows. So we would do Rocky Horror at Halloween, and then there was always a Christmas show, and then some kind of musical review in January, February, March, until it started all over again. Yeah, so much fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm sad they don't have that anymore. Because
me too.
I've never been to Niagara Falls, but if I ever go, like that would have been
the place to go. I would have gotten you like a great table. I would have like comped you a moose juice.
A moose? What? A moose juice?
A moose juice. That was my favorite mocktail. Actually, it was one of my favorite drinks on the menu, alcoholic or not. It was, trying to remember, I think it was orange juice, pineapple juice, and grenadine with a cherry. It was so tasty.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Hey, Christina. Thank you for joining. And also, hey, Tammy. Thank you for joining. We appreciate having you guys in the chat. So kind of starting out, I wanted to really briefly say, I know I mentioned when we started that, you know, I've been on your channel before. And that was part of the reason why I wanted to have you on, other than, you know, like I said, your personality is very fun and bright. But you're also like so nice. And you are so nice. You were such a great host when I was on your live show. And you also were really great about getting the community together. And I met so many people through like doing that. I think we did 2 live shows together, if I'm thinking correctly. And I met several people, and that was such a great opportunity. And I know there were other live shows that you did that had other great people in it. So I just wanted to really thank you for that, because anyone that adds to this community like that is so amazing. And really, you really did play a big role in that. And, you know, I know I had Nina on and she was talking about how great you were and how I know she just did a tag from you. Like, it's so cool to like see. Yes. So, you know, I mean, when Nina said that, I was like, yeah, I chose a good guess, because I was like, if you get Nina's seal of approval, you're good. Yeah. Yes.
The Disney YouTuber queen.
I know. Like, if she likes you, because I told her, I was like, having you on. She's like, yeah, it's going to be a good one. I was like, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So we kind of already talked about this a little bit, but like what, you know, you said that you're about to do your 2nd year of YouTube. It's about to be the anniversary. What was like the day that you decided I'm starting this YouTube channel? Like, what made you decide to take that jump for it?
It was, I think I know the day. Because it's the anniversary day. It was February 23rd or 24th. And it was because I was in Disney World. Then like right before everything shut down, so timing was perfect. So I was in Disney World, and that was like my 3rd solo trip as an adult, because I went a bunch as a kid with my parents, and then my last trip as a kid was age 12, and then we started like doing cruises. Then I started like going to university, not having money. So I'm in 2017, I decided I need to go before I turned 30, and that was the year I turned 30. And then that just like started me off as a Disney adult, which I already was, like for the movies and everything, but that got me back into the parks as an adult, which I loved. So I had done 2 trips prior to 2020. And then during my second trip, I just haphazardly made a Facebook post that said something like, if I were to vlog this and call it Teacup For One, would anybody watch that? And then a bunch of people said yes. And then I didn't actually do it. I actually recorded footage, which I do have, and I haven't uploaded on the channel yet, but I have very old Teacup For One footage from like 2019, which maybe one day I'll upload, but no. So I recorded the footage, but didn't edit it. And then my 2020 trip came around, and I decided, you know what, like last time I didn't do anything with the footage. This time I'm going to vlog on the day, edit on the day, and then just upload in real time. And I did. Like I uploaded my first video as soon as I got home from Epcot, because it was Festival of the Arts. So I had all the footage, I uploaded it, and then just kind of kept going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that editing the same day. Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, I've stopped doing that.
Yeah, no. I was going to say Tim and Katie are in the chat, and they know there's still vlogs from when we went in October that I have not even touched.
See,
so it does. It happens. You just forget about this footage, and it's hard. It's hard. But I think you kind of like have to just jump in sometimes. I think it's interesting though to always ask people like how they start, because it's always so different. Like everyone starts very, very different. And then it ends up being a Funko and movie.
Right? You never know. You just go with the flow. Go with the flow.
Yeah.
That's a song from the Finding Nemo musical.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I mean, I started out as a reaction channel. I mean, I still kind of am in a way, but like I went through very different things. So I totally understand. Tim says, I absolutely can never do same day edits. Mad respect for anyone who can. Yeah. I still want you to put up like the first vlog, maybe. And you need to do it. You need to do it for your anniversary.
I should. I'm actually, I don't know if in all the videos, in one of them, I'm very tipsy because I just got back from a dinner theater, and in the States, alcohol is included with the ticket price, which it's not in Canada. So I take it whether alcohol or not. I take full advantage of anything that I pay for. So yeah, it's me eating a Gideon's cookie in my hotel room at like midnight, being slightly intoxicated, just be like, this cookie is the best thing I've ever had. It's the grit, and maybe I'll share it with the world. Who knows?
It needs to be shared. I mean, I'm already hooked. I will click on that so fast. Like, I don't care if you're just talking about Gideon's cookie for an hour. Like, I want to see it. I'll see
if I can find it. I do think, like, I saw it. I know the footage exists, and I think I know which hard drive it's on. So it's not impossible.
You need to do it. So in your 2 years, almost 2 years, what do you think has been your biggest success for YouTube?
Ooh, biggest success. I mean, there's so many different things that I would classify as a success. Like I met the goal last year of getting to monetize the channel, which was really exciting, which was amazing. And yeah, like I got my first paycheck from that about a week or 2 weeks ago, and like it still took a long time for that to happen, because even after monetizing, my whole thought was always, okay, I just have to hit the 4,000 hours and the 1,000 people, then that's it. Then after that happened, I was like, oh wait, but now the money is based on how many people actually watch the videos. So that was so just in terms of meeting that goal, I think, because that was kind of, it wasn't always the goal. Like the goal has never been to make money off of it, but absolutely, like I would love to, and that would be nice to like pay for the Funkos and to support things. So just meeting that initial goal was really fantastic. And then even just getting the first paycheck and being able to go and buy a Funko with it, and just having that in hand and thinking like this was earned purely through me making content that makes me happy. Like that was just a very satisfying moment, being in Toys R Us and then just holding my C-3PO Funko and thinking like, this is from YouTube, notwithstanding the fact that it was hours and hours of time that resulted in a $20 Funko. Still, it was a $20 Funko that came out of the work, which made me really happy. And then aside from that, just the payoff of putting in the time and having the support to help get to monetization, just doing the videos. Each video to me is kind of its own achievement. Some of them I'm more proud of than others. Like I'm proud of all of them, but there are just certain videos that make me very happy to have done, and I had a good time researching and putting together. So yeah.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite video that you've ever done?
Like that's so tough.
I know.
It's like picking children.
It is. It's a tough question.
Like when I look back at some of my early videos, those are some of my favorite topics because I think I got a lot of the things I wanted to talk about done right away. So in terms of content, like Cinderella's Dress Is Not Blue is one of my favorites. Favorite Disney Princess You've Never Heard of is another. But in terms of the ones that I just like would go back to watch for fun, I'd say my more recent video where I went around Niagara Falls with my friend Luke, and we just found a bunch of different Disney comparable things. Because to me, that was a kind of synthesis of all the things that I want the channel to be about, with like actual real life adventures, showing off cool tourist attractions, but then also layering that in with fun history that has to do with both the places that we are as well as Disney history. So I'd say probably that one, because it's all the things that I like together. And then my friend Luke is there being annoying. Yeah.
Of course, you have to have a sidekick, right?
Oh, for sure.
For your vlog adventures. That's fun.
Absolutely.
helps if they're annoying.
Exactly.
What would you say is your biggest challenge you've had with YouTube?
Generating content ideas is always one thing. Sometimes I'll go through phases where I have a lot of ideas. Then I'll go through phases where I have no ideas.
Yeah.
So that's always fun and not fun. And then I think the other challenge that I've had, that I still kind of have, is consistency in terms of having a regular upload schedule, which is something I know a lot of other channels do that I've tried and I can't do. So I think that's it, is consistency, because I'm always kind of torn with the channel overall about making sure that I'm keeping it fun and making sure that I'm doing videos that I want to do when I want to do them, because I never want it to become something that's stressful and not fun. But then by that same token, it makes things like uploading on the same, like making the promise to upload on the same 2 days every week a thing. So I think consistency for me is kind of tricky.
Everyone I've talked to honestly has said that, like
really?
that consistency. Yeah. Yes, everyone. And it made me kind of feel better, because I was like, because I feel like that is my biggest struggle. But I think most YouTubers, even ones like with you, I mean, like you seem like you got it, you're professional. Pretty much everyone I've talked to has been like that, but they're all like consistency. Consistency is so hard. It really is.
Especially really the time management, I think, balancing it with, because when I started the channel, like I said, my dinner theater had closed and I didn't have a job. So I had pretty well all day, all night to dedicate to the channel, which is why I was able to successfully do Vlogtober that one year. And like I did a video every day, and that was also very stressful. And that was when I decided, don't do the channel if it's not going to be fun. But now, like, I was very lucky and like I have a full-time job now. So it's also balancing that time management with full-time hours alongside putting out regular content.
Yeah, that's hard too. I mean, I don't know how some people do it. I don't do it. So that's why I say that.
There you go.
Maybe one day. So kind of to put, you said keeping it fun. Let's go to like a really fun question. And I'm going to ask, what is your favorite Disney movie?
Okay. Favorite Disney movie. And again, it's hard to, like, it changes every day. My safe answer.
Well, what is it today?
My safe go-to answer is always Hercules.
Yeah.
Even though Beauty and the Beast and Lion King are very close behind it. Hercules, I say, and Hercules actually has the edge, because Hercules is a movie that I can watch any day in like any mood, whereas Beauty and the Beast and especially Lion King are movies that I have to be in the right mood to watch, because they're such an emotional roller coaster. But Hercules, just between the music, the quality of the animation, and like the script, I think it's one of the best Disney scripts. That's my safe go-to answer.
Yeah. Mitch said his is Cars. I do really like Cars. That one's got some good music in it. And I missed some comments. I'm sorry. I was behind. But I was gonna go back. Tim and Katie said they're also victims of consistency crisis.
See?
and also creative droughts. And then Mitch said consistency is tough, which again, I agree. I'm happy that we all can bond over the consistency.
That's the only thing that's consistent.
Yes. I don't know what my favorite Disney movie honestly would be. It's so hard.
You have to pick. I had to pick.
I know. And I'm like, I came up with these questions like I didn't even think about it, honestly. I always used to say Aristocats was my favorite. I really don't think it is anymore. I love it. But
I like the cats, but I don't like the movie. That's where I stand.
I don't know. It's just always been one of my, like, I think I watched it a lot growing up, and that's why it's always been one of my favorites. My favorite Disney movie that's not a Disney movie, but it's on Disney Plus is Anastasia.
It's technically Disney now, like legally. No, so
yeah. So that one was a fun one to put on my channel, and people be like, "Oh, it's not really Disney," and I'm like, "Oh man." But it's on Disney Plus. So I'll say for right now, mine would probably I'm gonna say Anastasia. We're gonna put Anastasia in there. She's a princess.
Exactly.
In Disney.
Oh, I've wanted to do Anastasia content for a while, actually. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to frame it because I'm not sure. It's going to happen eventually. I want to do something that involves watching the original movie, like the live action one with Yul Brynner and Ingrid Bergman. I think, I can't remember. I want to see how that compares to the animated one. And I feel like they're not the same at all, but the animated one claims that it took inspiration from that movie. So I want to see if it's true.
I didn't even know there was a live action version of it, but I am reading a book. I'm reading a book. It's called Romanoff, and it's it's a fantasy book, but it's like based on it. Mm-hmm. And I'm still reading that. So I was going to try to do like another video because Anastasia, for some reason, is one of my best videos. Like I did a reaction to it, and it's one of my, I don't know why people like that video, but that one's like one of my best performing videos.
That's like my best performing video. It's also a reaction video. And I put it out because I had nothing for that week and thought I'll just react to this trailer. And I don't know why, within like 3 months, it's at 4,500 views right now, which is the highest for any video on my channel.
Yeah.
And people just seemingly wanted to hear my thoughts on West Side Story on the trailer. Who knows?
I don't know. Sometimes it's just weird. The algorithm and people like what they like.
Yeah, it's true.
Katie said her favorite is The Lion King, which I knew. So that one is a good one. And Tammy said hers is Beauty and the Beast. So y'all kind of like the same. Yeah. Mitch also said Anastasia is a great movie, and they used to have the toys from McDonald's, y'all used to have all the toys from McDonald's. I wish I would have known. It came out the year I was born, the animated one.
What?
So it did.
How dare you?
It did. I'm like, I don't know. I would have had to like start collecting. I don't know what. I'm assuming the Pops came out then, or the little toys. But yeah.
Yeah, they were cool toys. Or in Canada, they were put out through Burger King, which might be different from the States. So we might have even had different toys. But the toys for us, they were Burger King, and they were all different trains. And then it was once you got all of them, it was an operating train set. So each one was a little train, but they came with a piece of the track. And then when you got the whole collection, you could build, I think it was just like a circle, and then they worked, like it moved. It was amazing.
Wow. That is amazing. So cool. I did not know that was a thing. I'm very sad I missed out on that, apparently.
I'm sure you can buy them on eBay for like way too much money.
You're not. I just am sad. I don't even think I knew about Anastasia at all, like the movie. So, Tim said he totally remembers the Burger King train toy. So it must have been in the US too. It must have also been in the US. So the next question I have, this one, I'm just hitting you with these really hard, like choosing your favorite children questions, which is, what is your favorite Funko Pop in your collection? You had to pick one.
Still very difficult. Because I have so many that I love.
Yes.
But like Hercules, a safe answer. I'll go with my little chestnut cat in the teacup here. Yeah, because he is really, this is like the embodiment of all things Matt, because it's a Funko Pop. It's Disney. It's a cat. It's in a teacup for one. Like, yeah, this Funko Pop is just all things that are me as a pop. And then also, it was not easy getting him because he's a limited edition of 2000, and he was released at the beginning of the pandemic when things were difficult just in all ways to get anything, like mail orders, whatever. And so he was released online only because he was supposed to be released at WonderCon, but then that didn't happen. So he was just an online release and mostly went to bots. And I eventually found a human that was selling him on eBay. He was a lot of money that I don't regret spending, but also don't like to say how much it was. But I think the other reason that like he's so special to me is because like I knew I wanted him so badly, and I signed up to drive for Skip the Dishes specifically so I could like earn the extra disposable income to buy him, which I did. And so like I don't know, that's just extra special to me, that like I feel like kind of like my C3PO Funko Pop that I got from the channel is, yeah, like I feel like I put in the extra effort to earn him, and that just makes him extra special.
Oh, that's sweet. I do like that one. That one's a good one. Really quickly back, Tim said this for the train toys, he only ever seems to get multiples of Bartok. Oh, that's sad. I would take one though. If you still have these, I will give you money to take to get a Bartok. I love Bartok. Tammy has a question. She said she's been thinking about getting a subscription. Do you still like Pop in a Box for a subscription service?
I'd say overall, yes. I do know that people have had like some issues with them in terms of being delayed for shipments, and some people have had box damage when the Pop has arrived. For me, having had the subscription service for just over 2 years now, I've only had one Pop that showed up in a box that was kind of damaged on the side out of 24. And purely in terms of the subscription, I do still think it's worth it. I personally like the surprise of looking forward to getting mail every month. And there's usually a pretty good track record in my experience of getting like cool pop, like for lack of a better term, cool pops like Pop Rides or like supersized pops, instead of just always getting the normal standard figures for a standard price. And I think that's exciting. I'm actually going to do a video probably within the next week or two where I'm reviewing my second year as a subscriber to just kind of show people what my experience is, to assess if they think it's worth it for them. But yeah, like I'm still subscribed. I do only get the one per month because I think that's all I really need to get. But I think it's great for expanding the collection, like expanding your collection, and to help you get pops that you like otherwise wouldn't be getting in store or otherwise. So yeah, I still support Pop in a Box.
And I will say too, Tammy, I did get 3 boxes for my birthday. So it's been about 6 months or so, but I did like, it seemed like more unique Funko Pops than I've been seeing. Like, I don't think I would have like picked these out randomly, but this is one of the ones that I got.
Nice.
I was showing Matt before the show started. I'm really proud of it. So this is Ursula and her human form. What is it? I can't remember the name. Her name. Vanessa. Yeah. So it's Vanessa. But yeah, so I got her, and I think now it's time for our question I had. Let me see. I'm going to go up to the poll. So we had a question before. I asked on Instagram, and I also asked in the YouTube chat. And the question was, are you a collector? And if you are you an in-the-box collector or an out-of-the-box collector? Matt, I feel like are you all like exclusively an out-of-the-box collector, or do you kind of have it mixed?
50-50, because I think there are pops that look better in the box. For example, I've already mentioned him. This is the C3PO that I bought recently, and he's part of the I think it's called the Retro series. So the whole thing is that he's meant to look like he's comic book illustration, and you can't really tell now looking at it through here, but this is a pop that I think looks better in the box because there's just like so much depth between. I like this little illustration here, then seeing him, and then there's a cool insert at the back. So like this is a pop that I think looks best in the box. But then there are others where there are certain details that you can't appreciate until they're out of the box. And those are the ones that I display out of the box. Plus I'll take them out of the box just to like take my pictures of them as well. So I'm 50-50.
Okay. Well, on the YouTube poll, we had 7 votes. 43% of the people said they don't collect Funko Pops. So it's not
need
just
to fix that.
I know. They don't know. And then it was exactly tied. Like 29% said they were in the box collector, 29% said they were out of the box. So they were tied. Let me look on my Instagram real quick. When I looked a second ago, it was 50-50 on people collecting Funko Pops. And then but they had some feelings about the in or out of the box. So 25% said they were in the box and 75% said they were out of the box collectors. So that's an interesting data. Yeah.
It is. Well, I think everyone has different reasons for collecting them. And especially if you think you're going to sell them ever, then don't take them out of the box.
Yeah. Mitch said he only had one pop, and it's a tiny keychain T-Rex.
Aw. Cute.
That is cute. That is cute. I have a keychain one too. Katie has some feelings about their eyes. They do in a way.
Look into your soul.
I have a feeling you'll like this one, Katie.
Wait.
My boys. Oh, look, yeah, we got some Loki stuff going on here. Yeah. I loved Loki, by the way. One of my favorite shows.
Oh, so good.
It was
Gave us Alligator Loki. I mean, come on.
Yes. I need April to come on and do a Funko haul with us. I'm sure she has all of them now too. Tammy says she is out of the box. How much does the value go down being out of the box?
I don't know. I'm sure there is an actual percentage. I just don't know what it is, but it's really just a sort of case-by-case basis. When you're looking at the Funko Pop price guide through the Funko app, I think it's safe to assume that the prices that are being reflected there are in mint condition in the box. And I think it's less about out of the box and more so just about the condition that you're going to eventually sell the pop in. So, for example, if your pop is out of the box and then if there's like sun damage to it and then the color is faded, then that's something to take into consideration. If it's covered in dust that you can't necessarily completely like get rid of, then that's another thing. So, yeah, to answer your question, I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know either, Tammy. I imagine like Matt said though, it would probably be like if there's damage, like like how worn it is. I'm sure. I don't know. I guess there's someone that's like, did you even open the box? Did this box ever get touched?
Oh yeah, and like definitely, if you still have the box, then that still like keeps the value pretty close to what its actual value is. If you don't have the box at all, like if I'm just going to sell somebody Alligator Loki out of the box, then there's like, you're not going to get that much for him. But there are definitely collectors who, and like I bought Funkos from people off of Facebook Marketplace, and they're usually not usually, but I've had them be very like timid about the condition of the box, where they'll be like, okay, I know you said you want to buy it, but like there is a crease over here. Are you sure that you'll pay $25 for it? I'm like, yes, I'm fine. And then they'll say like, no, like I've had people who have just like seen the condition of the box and then walked away. Like, there's a line, people. Come on.
Yeah. I will say I keep all my boxes. I am very picky about that. I cannot throw away a box, but I have them out of the box. I don't have any in the box. I feel like they need to be free. They need to be out. Yeah.
Like, what's the point of collecting something if you don't get to play with it?
And they just look pretty on my shelf. That's really why for me. We had a question, but I'll get to that one in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and read these questions about Alligator Loki, giving him his moment. He looks really cool. Yeah. And Mitch finds it weird there's no pupils. And then also Christina said alligator. I mean, it's so cute. His little face is so cute.
And look, and he has like a little tie that's holding his horns on.
Oh my goodness.
Detail. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's the cutest ever. Yes, Christina, hashtag Funko Pop. Yes. That is how I feel about it. Okay, Matt, you had a question. Why did you choose to do Funko Pop photography? What camera do you use to take the photos and to film your YouTube videos?
Cool. Oh, I love this question. So I use the same camera for both, and it's very old and very out of date, but it's the only one that I have. It's a Canon 60D, which is probably about 10 years old now. I bought it from one of my friends who's an actual like professional videographer, cinematographer, and he was upgrading. So he sold it to me and it still does what I needed to do. So I love it. I also have a variable lens, which is great. So I'm able to get different focal lengths, which is amazing for the photography. And why did I choose to start pop photography? I think it's because I had a growing collection and sort of reached a point of thinking, I love these things, but what's the point of having them if I'm the only one who gets to see them? Then somehow, and I can't remember how, I just like realized, oh, I remember now, Funko every month does a Funko like photo of the day contest. So I saw that Funko was doing that. And then that just kind of opened the floodgates to me realizing that there was this whole Instagram community surrounding Funko Pop photography. And then that was just when everything clicked and I thought, oh, this is like the perfect opportunity for me to do something with my collection instead of just having it like settle dust and like be something that I alone get to look at. And yeah, then I started taking the pictures, and then it kind of became an excuse for me to figure out how to use my camera that I'd only really used for doing video projects before. So it was just a great way to teach myself more about lighting, more about focal lengths, more about how to set up a shot the way I want it to be set up. And then kind of going back to my film school training, something I always struggled with was visual storytelling. So it was a way for me to force myself to figure out, like, how can I tell a story just through a static image with these characters that I love? So yeah, that's my answer.
That's a good answer. And I love it. I tried, like, when I tried to have like a separate Instagram page, I did try to do some, and then I was like, I don't have the time to do 2 different pages. So I just quit. I just quit. I eventually want to go back. Yours are like really good though. Like,
oh, thank you.
Very good pictures. Hey Nina, thank you for joining. Okay, Nina says that's kind of how I feel about pin videos. Gives me a way to share my collection. I agree. I think it's fun to like share, and there's people who like that. They love to see you share. I do want to say I was just looking at the poll again, and it did go up to 44% as in the box collectors.
Okay.
So in the box one on YouTube and out of the box one on Facebook, on Instagram. Yeah. Okay. So last fun question before we get back to the content creating questions. This is, I think, still a really tough question. What Disney character would you be if you could be any Disney character?
Oh, no.
You could go into their life if you could be them.
Oh, go into their life. Okay.
Like be them, like in their movie and have their life. What Disney character would you be?
Okay. This is tough because like I usually go for Gaston just because I like acting wise love him and I played Gaston. It's like the best role ever, but like I don't want to be Gaston. So I'm not gonna say Gaston.
You don't want to eat all those eggs every day.
Not at all. Do I want to be a cat? Maybe Figaro.
Aww.
Maybe
Mitch said he wants to be Genie.
Ooh,
that's a good choice. That
is a good choice. But then you're trapped in a lamp. We don't want that.
Yeah.
Nah. Maybe I will go animal. I think for right now I'll say Figaro. Yeah, I'll say Figaro the kitten. Yeah, because he has a good life. He lives in a toy store. He has a loving like Geppetto dad. He has an obnoxious puppet brother. It's a good life.
Mitch said he also might want to be Merlin.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nina also picked a cat. She said Lucifer's got it made. And Tammy said Jasmine. Pets from his mom at night. Mice at the ready.
But he can never catch the mice. The mice are mean to him.
I think I would honestly say mine would be Ariel.
Good answer.
I would like to be Ariel. Like Ariel, I think in the second movie, I feel like she was able, I can't remember, it's been a long time. I feel like she was able to like be the mermaid and then also be human at some point. So I'm like, I would like that ability, like where I could be human when I wanted to be and then be a mermaid when I wanted to. Like that would be the perfect life for me. I would take that.
The splash life.
Yeah. Awesome. Katie said Olaf, which I do love that answer. I love Olaf. She says she needs his positivity.
Always.
Oh yeah. And she said, well, Christine said if we're going with cats, she's going with Raja. If we're going with cats, I honestly think I would pick Raja too. I think that would be my choice.
Raja, like same reason I love Figaro. Like just a perfect cat life.
It's true. Mm-hmm. All right. And then also they asked if you're still a Pop in the Box subscriber.
Am. Hold on. I'll show you the one that I got last week. Because again, I only get one per month, but look.
That was flowers.
I know, this is what I was saying. They don't always send you just like normal size figures. They'll send you deluxe figures. And I think her normal retail price is like somewhere between 40 and 45 Canadian. And I just got her for my normal subscription price, which is like $19. After like including shipping, before shipping 14. Yeah, like I love her.
The Splash Life was a nice reference.
I'm glad you got it. Thank you.
I don't know if I do have it. Wait, what was the reference to?
Have you not seen Splash with Daryl Hannah and Tom Hanks?
One time, when I was like really young.
Oh,
I
okay.
did. My grandmother like got it at like the little $5 movie section and like brought it home. And I remember watching it. I remember the basis of the movie.
Yeah, because she's
Yes.
like, she turns back into a mermaid anytime she gets wet.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
This girl loves Liam Payne says that her character she would be Jack Skellington. That's also a really good choice. It really is.
Wait, hold on. I have a Jack Skellington too. Which I also got from Pop in a box. Oh no. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. I got it. Look how big.
Oh my gosh. And I love zeros on there.
And zero is like the size of a normal Funko Pop. So it's like you get a bonus pop and a giant pop. I love Jack.
Wow. Oh wow. That one's so nice.
Right?
So is that one of the ones you got as well? It was like your normal subscription.
Yeah, normal subscription. Then I got surprised with a giant Jack Pop. It was fantastic. It was the best Halloween.
Oh my gosh. That sounds awesome. Yeah. I know Nina was talking about the Alice, but I think this comment still applies.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. And then Christina said, I need to watch Splash because it was awesome. I do. I think we still have it somewhere, honestly, and I could probably find it online. Hi, welcome, subscriber of Matt's channel.
You're the best.
Yes, that is so sweet. Thank you for being engaged and asking good questions. Yeah, it is a good surprise. So yeah, and I said Ariel for my character. I'm like, did I ever answer? I think we did. And you said you're sticking with Figaro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Cat life all the way.
Cat life. I mean, if I had to be a cat, I guess I would be Raja. I mean, she's in the palace. Like, she's got a good life.
She does. Like, or I might go for Cheshire Cat because he's magic and he can disappear.
Honestly, I'm going to be real. Cheshire Cat. Well, Alice in Wonderland in general kind of freaks me out.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to get over it. I did watch the Once Upon a Time in Wonderland.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that series, but like the actual anime, like it's been a long time since I've watched it. I used to read the book and I loved it, but then like the actual like movie, I was like, this scares me.
You read like the actual novel, the Lewis Carroll?
Well, it's like it was like the children's version, but it was pretty thick. It was pretty thick, and it was like it had like pictures drawn from the movie, and it was Lewis Carroll. So I don't think it's probably as long as the real one. Yeah,
I tried to read the real one as a kid as well, and I was so confused. And I've tried to go back as an adult, and it's so dense, and so I'm just like, no, just give me the Coles notes. Just tell me who the kooky characters are. That's all I need.
I think actually I might have had two different books. I think I had one that was the actual version, and then I had one that was like the storybook version from the Disney. And I don't know, Christina, don't quote me on that. I'm probably a boy, honestly, but I just said a girl. It's like,
I think
I don't know.
People have speculated that Raj is a girl, but I don't think it's been proven. But that's kind of a new conversation that's opened up over the past year or two.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. Appreciate all you guys in the comments. Y'all are really great. Okay, so we're going to transition back to a few of the YouTuber questions. Also, if you hear like a hitting on my door, my dog is so sad. He's not in this chat. He's so depressed out there, booping my door, trying to get in. Bless his heart. Okay, so what would you say are some of your goals for 2022 for your YouTube channel and for your Instagram too? You know, with your pop photography. That's
that's a good question. I think just continuing to build the subscriber base and the follower base on both of them, because kind of like I said, for me, the longest time with both the Instagram and the YouTube was hitting the 1,000 mark. And then after that happened, I just thought like, oh, wait, I never thought this would happen. What's next? And so finding more people to connect with is definitely a big part of it so that more of the content can be seen. And then learning more about the photography is always kind of an ongoing goal when it comes to the Instagram. And then for YouTube, I definitely want to do more of the live streams. So I'm going to be bringing back the movie club, which I kind of started last year, the Teacup For One movie club, which is really fun. And I already have 2 of them planned. So the first one is going to be Oscar movies. Then we're going to do Peter Pan movies, which I'm so excited for. I almost wish I started with Peter Pan, but Oscar season is when it is. So I have to go with that. And then after Peter Pan, I'm considering Roald Dahl, which I've spoken about.
Yes.
And yeah, there's just so many things. Like I want to really focus my energy and my attention into those. Because like you mentioned, the Great Movie Ride Marathon was so much fun last year. And then for me, it was just a great combination of getting to connect with other people through doing the live shows, which I loved. And then they were just also really special ways for me to come up with content ideas that I wouldn't have thought of otherwise. So like I've already started to think about what I want to cover for Peter Pan month, which I'm so excited for.
Yes.
And I think, that's ultimately the goal, is just having more structured things to look forward to like that.
Yeah, I definitely think that your videos are so much, like your lives are so much fun because of the community aspect, like I said. And I'm excited for Peter Pan. I may be coming back for some Peter Pan.
Yes.
The live action one is my favorite. Like the actual is the Peter Pan one. I know there's Hook as well. But it is honestly one of my favorite movies. I know a lot of people like the animated better. But I'm excited to talk about my live action one that doesn't get enough love.
Right? I haven't seen either of them for a very long time. My favorite out of everything in the lineup is the musical, because I like the musical is just so incredibly well written. But no, the original, the Peter Pan live action from early 2000s is a beautiful movie. That's really nice.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think I'm a little biased because I was growing up and I watched that, and I had the biggest crush on the guy that played Peter Pan.
Oh, on Peter?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was younger than him even, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. And I hated Wendy. I hated the actress because I wanted to be Wendy. It was supposed to be me, right? That's how young I was watching. I was 5, and I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be Wendy. I hate this girl. He's here to cast me.
That's so funny.
Yes. So that's gonna be a fun revisit. I don't dislike her now, but child me was Wendy. Mm-hmm. I was Tinkerbell, hating on Wendy.
Right.
Christina says she cannot wait for the movie club. I know, it's so much fun. Yeah, I was Tinkerbell. I was 100%. Christina says she's ready for your Peter Pan series if you need another person.
Absolutely. I need all the people.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Tammy says Hook is the best. I actually rewatched Hook the other day, and it is good. It's fun
good.
One.
It's long. It's almost 4 hours long, or not 4. It's over 3 hours long.
It's really long. I didn't remember it being that long, but I saw it. It was very long. Mitch said he likes the Hugh Jackman one, but Hook will always be his favorite.
When was Hugh Jackman in a Peter Pan?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Was it Pan, the movie that's just called Pan? Because I know that's a movie that exists that I haven't seen. It might be that one. Hugh Jackman, though. Absolutely. I'm always here for Hugh Jackman. He would be so good as Hook.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited. Yeah, and Christina says, I'm with Tammy. I love Hook as well. Bang. I'm maybe I should know what that means.
Is that a Hook reference? Probably a Hook
Probably
reference.
So. Katie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, and what was your favorite Funko of all time?
Cat and Teacup.
Yeah. Yes, so cute. I do love that. It is very you. It is very you.
Yeah. Big obnoxious grin and a teacup. That's what my logo is for my channel.
Yes. Okay. So kind of transitioning into, we were talking about when you created your YouTube channel, but what tips would you give someone wants to do what you're doing right now? Do a YouTube channel, content creation. What would you say?
I would say
some tips.
First tip would be to just do it, obviously.
Do it.
Because that's the like I said, it took me a year from wanting to do my Disney YouTube channel to actually doing it, my following Disney trip. So if I had started during my 2019 trip, I'd be 3 years into my channel now instead of 2. And I think something that was kind of always holding me back was and this is kind of the thing I struggle with anytime I'm starting to create something, is that I always know that the first stage of whatever I'm making isn't going to be good. Or not that it won't be good, but that it won't that it's going to get to a point where I look back at something and think, oh, it could have been so much better. And I think that always holds me back, because I'm I don't want to make something if it's not going to be the best version of itself. And even now, looking back at my older videos, there's so many things tech-wise, lighting, editing, so many things that I would change. But I think the big takeaway is looking back, in terms of the content and the things I was talking about, I wouldn't change those. Like I said, like my earliest videos are some of my favorites. And so I think that's a big thing, is just kind of getting over that hurdle of not doing it because you don't think it's going to be as good as it can be off the top. Because definitely things, just the natural progression of the creative process, things are always going to be getting better, but that doesn't mean that they won't be good to start. And I think that's the biggest piece of advice that I wish I'd given myself. Like it's going to be good when you start it. So like, don't think it won't be. So yeah, just do it. Don't be afraid it won't be good, because it will be. What other advice would I give? Do the stuff that you want to do. I think that's the most important.
Yeah.
I think there is definitely a factor to consider when it comes to doing content that people are going to want to watch, but I don't think that that should always be the priority, because then what's the point if it's not going to be fun? Unless, of course, your goal is to sort of make it a business and make it a livelihood. And if that is the goal, then I think commit to that and make that the goal. And if you want to go in that direction, then put in the work that's required, like look at the analytics, figure out what people want to watch, figure out what you have to offer that's not already out there. And if that's what you want to do, then go for it. But if you just want to do it for fun, then do it for fun. So I guess my main piece of advice out of that is know why you're making the content and then go with it.
Just do it, as Shia LaBeouf says. Every time someone says that, I have to go to that reference. Okay, I have to go back really quick because Katie, I'm sorry.
I knew it was a hook thing.
Let me preface in saying I did rewatch it the other day because my patients had it on in their rooms and I was like getting bits and pieces. So I felt like I had a rewatch, but it was like very low and I was also working. So I'm sorry. I just got to see Rufio again and got to see some of it. So I'm sorry. Mitch said that Hugh Jackman was Blackbeard, but the story was of Hook when he was younger. So that's interesting.
You've caught my attention. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Christina asked Matt, are you going to include Pan from Once Upon a Time? That's a heck of a conversation.
See, that wasn't on the list, but I do love the Peter Pan and Neverland and Once Upon a Time. So I want to. Now that you've mentioned it, I want to.
I would be down. I would be down if we just wanted to talk about that arc, the whole Pan Neverland arc. I would be down for that because I do I love that show. But that was a very I remember when I first started watching Once Upon a Time. It was right when they had just done, which you said you've seen the show, right?
Oh yeah,
Matt. Yeah. So they end of season 2, the last 2 episodes are the second start to the right and then straight on till morning. And it's going into that. And I remember that those were the first episodes I watched and I was like, oh my God, they're doing Peter Pan.
Oh, I love it.
And then it's just the way they twisted it though and made it so perfect. I would love to have a chat about that. So if you want to
people are on board for it, then absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I think the reason I love the Once Upon a Time Peter Pan so much is because they just they went for it in terms of the darkness. And I think that's why I like Peter Pan, is because there are so many dark undertones. Yeah. And it is really a story, which I'm going to do a video about this, but it's a story that was created kind of as a reaction to death and trauma surrounding the childhood death, essentially. And so just sort of seeing it tap into that and interpret that, the fear of mortality in a different way, was fascinating. Yeah, I'm here for all the Peter Pan conversations.
Yeah, so awesome. I love Once Upon a Time in general.
Oh, it's my mom.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mom. She said 2020 was the perfect timing to start the channel time-wise for you. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, it was kind of a bad time on planet Earth, but it was a good time for a creative outlet.
Oh, for sure. Because that's what people, I think, turned to, because they needed something to keep them going.
Yeah.
To keep them happy and motivated.
Yes. And also this girl loves Liam Payne says, thank you so much for the tips. These will be super helpful since I'm starting my channel super soon.
That's amazing.
Well, yay. Excited for that. I really do. I think, you just kind of, like he said, just do what makes you happy and don't worry about it. You kind of learn along the way too. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, Matt, to wrap it up. I know we already kind of talked a little bit about what's coming out on your channel. You actually released a video today.
I did.
Yes, you did. You just released it. So I haven't even seen it yet because I was like, oh, Matt just released it. Oh, I'm meeting with him in 5 minutes. Hang on, I cannot watch this video yet.
Yeah, I was going to release it tomorrow, but I have this, again, this is one of the challenges that I face as a creator where I'm not very smart about consistency. If I was better with that, I would have saved it for tomorrow and then done like a Monday release and a Thursday release, because that's what I did last week. I was like, maybe that'll be my thing, Mondays and Thursdays. But by the time I'm done a video, like it's been so much work. I'm like, I just want people to watch it like right now, even if it's 3 a.m. Like I've uploaded videos at 3 a.m. and that's why.
Well, I mean, whatever. I'm always a believer, like there's like rules, and they'll say like you got to upload the same time, the same day, whatever. But I mean, in like consistency, but like some of my best videos, I know one of my best videos that ever performed on my channel was after like a 3-month hiatus. Yeah, and I just posted a random video and it did like one of the best videos on my channel. So I don't necessarily feel like the rules work for everyone. And so like that, I think is a big thing. Like, you want to try to do it and see if it works for you. But like, if it's like, if you're happy releasing it whenever, I mean, it's your videos still do well. Your channel still does well. So you're okay. It's, so I don't think you have to follow all the rules either,
Oh yeah, agreed.
Too, you might miss out on some success as well because you never know. You never know what's gonna work. Do you have anything else coming up super soon? I know we talked about the live shows, but do you have any other things that you want to share that are coming up you're excited about?
Ooh, like the big focus is really going to be once I start up the movie club again, and the Oscar nominations are happening Tuesday, I think. So I'm going to know what movies we're looking at for that. One of them is definitely going to be West Side Story, whether or not it's nominated, because I just want to talk about West Side Story. And then I have a list in my head of the movies that if they're nominated, I want to do live shows for. So that's definitely a thing. I did my video today in response to Peter Dinklage and his conversation that he started about the Seven Dwarfs and whether or not it's appropriate to revisit them in a new remake, which was like, I found that fascinating. So I did a whole deep dive into like mythology surrounding dwarfs and then dwarfism representation in real life. And like, I'm very proud of that video. So like, that was my big accomplishment for this month. But then other things, I want to do more Funko videos. So I'm going to be doing a review of my year 2 of being a Pop in a Box subscriber, which it's going to be a lot of fun because I have a lot of pops to show off from that year. And I just want to keep people updated on my experiences as a subscriber. Another Funko video that I want to do is unboxing the entire Hamilton collection because I just got the whole Hamilton collection. So I want to do an unboxing there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sure I'll come up with more exciting ideas in time, but that's in the immediate future what's going to happen.
Oh, that sounds so exciting. I actually think I saw a promo. Peter Dinklage is having a new movie.
Oh, Cyrano. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. It actually looked really good.
Yeah, it's a musical.
Yeah. And I definitely want to watch it because I saw that and I was like, I didn't get the reference, but then you said Peter Dinklage. I was like, oh yeah, I remember I heard him say that. So I'm excited to hear what you say in your video. That's gonna be a good one. So go check that out, guys. He just dropped that. So, hot off the press. And so where can people find you?
Yeah, so you can find me. You can find me here on the YouTube at Teacup For One. You can find me on Instagram at YipChuck, which has it's not spelt the same as Teacup For One. It's not a great branding choice on my part, but it is what it is. So YipChuck, YIPCHUCK. YouTube Teacup For One. I am technically on Twitter, but it's not worth your time to follow me there because I just plug the videos that I plug on YouTube and Instagram anyway. And there is a Facebook page, which is Teacup For One. Same thing. It's not super active. So it's not really worth your time. So just follow me on YouTube and Instagram. That's it.
Yes. Very good stuff. And This Girl Loves Liam Payne is excited for your second Pop in the Box video.
Yay.
So cool. Well, thank you to everyone for joining us in the comments. You guys were awesome and had some really good questions. Maybe give you some content ideas for what the people want. Yes, we got a lot of Peter Pan lovers. I think that's gonna and Pop in the Box. I think Peter Pan's gonna go over very well. And thank you, Matt, for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
All the way from Canada.
Hey.
What time is it where you're at? Oh, that was my thing.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay. I was I wasn't sure how our time was difference wise, but that's cool. And Mitch said, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, Mitch. Great. A pleasure.
Yes. Thank you, Mitch, for being in the chat as well. So yeah, please make sure to go follow Matt on Instagram at YipChuck and also here on YouTube at Teacup For One. Those links will be in the description box down below. I also have your Facebook there. So if they just want to follow you on Facebook, they can.
Yeah.
Yes. And make sure to come back next week for the creator live chat because I have my besties on next week, Tim and Katie. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check.
Okay.
Is it them? I'm pretty sure it's Tim and Kate. Is next week Super Bowl? I feel like it is.
Is it? I don't sport.
We don't do sports. Me and Tim and Katie don't do sports. So when I was booking, I was like, hey, y'all want to do Super Bowl Sunday? Because when I was talking to people, they were all like, oh yeah, I can do, but I can't do Super Bowl Sunday. And I was like, who doesn't watch football? Tim and Katie. Let's all do it.
Oh, I won't be watching the Super Bowl, so I'll try to tune in.
Yeah. Yes. I think we'll still have a fun time. And I think it was Pan, the one that he was talking about, because he said check out Pan. So we were curious about that. Well, I will end it here and see you guys next week. Hopefully it will be Tim and Katie and I didn't misspeak. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to Matt and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.